Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Big Crochet, and today I'm going to be evaluating a new line of yarns by Universal Yarn. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. All right, I'm mostly going to be focusing on one type of yarn. This is by Yarn Vibes called Cliffs of Moher. Let me show you that. And it is Irish wool. Let me give you the content of this. It is 60% Irish wool, 40% virgin wool. Each of these hanks has 164 yards. This is a worsted weight or a number 4 or an Aran weight yarn. And it comes in many different colors. Let me show you some of the colors that they sent me to take a look at. This is emerald. And this one is called blackberry. Okay, very, very beautiful dark navy blue. And I'm just really struck by the richness of these colors. Here's another one. This is called hydrangea. Very, very interesting color, brown with a little bit of hint of red in the color. Very nice. And they sent me one more. Again, these are all the same type of yarn. This is called Sea Stack. And it looks like a twist of a couple of different colors. Actually, it looks like 3 different colors twisted together, which is very, very interesting. All right, and let me show you another thing real quickly. And that is, they also sent me a palette of more of the same style. This is all Cliffs of Moher. And these are all the other different colors that are now available. And we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to show you some stitching in just a minute. And let me show you, this is another in their line of a worsted weight yarn. This is called Organic. And here is the colorways that are available. These are all very much centered on natural coloring, which I really, really enjoy. This is the authentic, real thing from Ireland. Okay, so this yarn is bona fide, and I just love to when they send me a little box. I get a little personal handwritten note from. So thank you so much for that, Universal Yarn. So if you are looking for a yarn that is super, super soft, let me tell you up front right now, this is not it. Keep looking, especially if you're looking for something that's going to go up against your skin in any way. Personally, when I opened the box, I was a little disappointed that it wasn't softer. However, once I started working with the yarn, I understood it a little bit better. You know, it's kind of like when you meet a friend for the first time, and it's very easy to be quick to judge. If you just give it a minute and you get to know the person, then you realize this is a hidden treasure, and you know what I'm talking about. And I kind of think this is the feeling that I have about this yarn right now. For example, I have an Irish sweater that was made with 100% Irish wool that I purchased back in 2012 when I had the honor of visiting Ireland and specifically the Aran Isles. And the sweater was knit by a woman from Galway. And so I still have this sweater. I've taken very good care of it. I have worn it a lot. It has shown almost no wear. It fits the same today as it did the day that I bought it. The Irish wool is very similar, if not the same. Very holds its shape, very resilient. So once I started working with this yarn to evaluate it, I went ahead and designed a brand new design. And you can see that design on my homepage. It was just recently released, and I hope you enjoyed that. It's called the Celtic Braided Stole. And I was inspired by the yarn to create a larger, chunkier cable that fits into my cabling system that I've designed. All that to say, have an open mind with this, and I would say apply this to all the yarns that you come in contact with, because super soft yarns are fantastic for many different things, especially garments up against the skin. The downside to super soft fibers is, in general, they tend to wear out a bit quicker. They tend to pill more. So that's something to keep in mind. These type of yarns, I have not seen any pilling yet. Of course, it's a new item. I've just worked with it. But you can get yarn right off the spool that can have little pills on it already, and that's a warning sign when you see that. If you're not looking for yarn that pills, this yarn I didn't find any of that at all. There was no pilling at all. There were several knots. I crocheted through 9 complete hanks, and I did think I found like three knots in all of that. So that in and of itself is a low percentage. So as you can see, this yarn is very easy to work with. It has excellent stitch definition. That's one big plus with this stiffer, not so soft yarn, or I'd like to say, you maybe use the word rustic yarn, is it gives amazing stitch definition. And that's a real plus for the designs that I do that are highly texturized. So in case you missed it, I just wanted to show you the stole that I crocheted with this yarn, and you can see the stitch definition is just very powerful with this yarn. I'm not so sure that this would have been the same with really softer yarn. And one thing that's nice about this is I crocheted this to be very long. It's actually 84 inches long. And when you crochet an item that long with other types of yarn, let me say that oftentimes the weight, just the sheer weight of this will cause a stretching effect on the garment, and it'll just get longer and longer and just get really stretchy and kind of thin out a bit. I haven't seen that being a problem with this. Again, because of the strength of the stiffer yarn, it does tend to hold the shape and the stitch definition a lot better. The drape, however, is probably not as high as it would be in the softer yarns, but there is some drape to it. So that is my evaluation of this yarn. Now, would I use this yarn for another project? Yes, in a heartbeat, I would, as long as the project is something that is an exteriorly worn garment, something that does not come into direct contact with the skin, as would gloves or perhaps a cowl would. But I think anything else, even a hat, would probably work quite well with this yarn. So let me ask you, what do you think? Have you had any experiences with the Cliffs of Moher Yarn Vibes yarn or other authentic Irish wool? Have you ever worked with it before? Please comment below. I would love to hear from you. Do you enjoy working with stiffer yarns that are not super soft? Or do you prefer super soft yarns? Have you had problems with those yarns pilling? How do they do in the wash? How do they survive well? Let me know. I would love to hear from you about that. So please let me know. I would love to hear your ideas and what your experiences would have been. And again, I want to thank Universal Yarn for sending me this yarn. It was a joy to work with. God bless. Bye-bye.